We've got legendary footballer, ex-Man United player, Dwight Yorke here with us, and I just want to ask you a couple of questions about, I know this isn't your field, but as a sportsman, I want to know what you think about our concept here, which is the Masters Champions League.
Well, I do think that the Masters Champions League is a good idea. Often enough, we see these players who retire from the game and sort of disappear. There's a few of them going to the media concept. And these are wonderful players, experienced players who have done great things in the game of cricket. So when the Masters Champions ideas have come up, obviously here in Dubai with perfect weather, the facilities that are here, the amount of people who are obviously associated themselves with cricket are based in this part of the world as well. So it seems like a no-brainer in many respects not to get involved. And with the Masters Champions League, for the ex-cricketers to come on board, I think it would be a success as well.
Yeah, okay, well that's good. And okay, in sports, in a lot of leagues, or a lot of professional sports, they have masters. Why do you think they haven't had one yet in cricket?
Well, it's amazing, and it's only just been drawn to my attention that it hasn't happened. For us as ex-footballers in our game, we have masters football that happening all the time. So if it's taken this long for someone to come up with a concept that the Masters Champions cricket competition will happen, and that's why I'm very, very surprised that it hasn't happened. But for it to happen now, it's a wonderful idea, because often, as I said, you're seeing these ex-players gone by the wayside, not to be heard of, and disappeared. And so this might be something to fall back on. From what I've gathered, there is 6 franchise. So that's a great start. That's a great return in respect. As I said, when you look at the quality of the weather here, the facilities, everything, I can only see it being a real success.
So painting a good picture.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that these players, as I said, will have an opportunity to continue to play the game as long as they have that opportunity to keep themselves fit, which I'm sure that will do, knowing that they have something to fall back after finishing.
It's a natural progression now for them. So, being from the Caribbean, I'm sure you know all about cricket. It's not just football.
Yeah.
So, what players would you yourself actually like to see back in action again?
Well, of course, I know there's no secret out there in the world that I'm such a huge fan, and of course, my best friend is Mr. Lara.
Who?
Mr. Lara. I repeat that again for the ones who are not fully aware of that. But yeah, and I've always grown up in sports, and cricket has been very close to my heart. And being a West Indian myself, that just
comes with the territory.
Comes with the territory, I'm afraid. It's like you being an Indian or being a Pakistani or something of that nature. That cricket does come. It is the religion. So yeah, for me, when you look back at these wonderful players we talk about, the Tendulkar, the Lara, the Ricky Ponting, the Shane Warne, the Gilchrist.
This is going to be a T20 format, so do you think these players, who a lot of them probably have never played it, do you think they can adjust to the fast pace?
I'm sure, these players are such wonderful players in the time. They probably think that they missed out on the opportunity to play this concept of the 2020. And what's good about the cricket as well, they're playing against people who had just come out the game as well, who are pretty quick, or still going to be reasonably quick. And as being an ex-sportsman, you want to come back and think you still got it.
You own it.
Yeah, so these players will be, no doubt, will be a success. These players will. Not only that, will be the excitement to see the wonderful players that have graced the world of cricket in the past years.
Serves their sport so
well. Oh, absolutely. They get to fulfill their dream once again and continue to live that concept. So, as I said, I'm all for it, and I'm sure it's going to be a huge success.
Thanks. And one more. Would you buy a team?
Of course. I'm looking at the concept of this league. I'm here staying in the best ground in town. It's a wonderful base for us. So, as I said, we're looking into it, and I'm sure I've got some good friends out there who
sign them up.
Who's looking to get involved. So, anything I can do to help.
MCL and GM Sports appreciate some of that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
My
pleasure.